Okay, this is going to be a basic overview of the galaxy map in Odyssey for Elite Dangerous. Now, if you're new to the game or if you've been on Horizons and recently upgraded, the galaxy map is going to look a little confusing and daunting at first. So, to try and stay on track, what I'm going to do is just kind of go down through the list of what this column is here. And then once we select something here, there'll be another column that appears over there. But I'm going to try to go down, just cover the basics, and show a simple route plotting at the end of my discussion. So at least you can move around. And a lot of this stuff gets down pretty deep. So I won't confuse you. So on this left bar, let me scroll back into where I'm at here. So it looks a little more familiar. Starting at the top, this is new. Well, the way they handle it's new. You have your bookmarks, and these are fully customizable. And they get broken down into a little more detail. You got systems, actual bodies, like if you bookmark a Jovian for mining, which is what I've done here, or perhaps a planet where you can grind materials, or just a something in a certain sector for exploration. You can actually bookmark stations. Say you're running a trade route or you're doing a CG between buying and selling, you can bookmark. And all you have to do to plot a route is click and hold, and it plots the route. So that's nice. So anything there, you don't have to click here and then plot route. You just click and hold. Um, there's settlements you can bookmark. There's ones that are specific for your squadron, and they'll show in a different color. Like I have this here. And then there's more squadron stuff here. Down at the very bottom is how you organize all this stuff. Once you've created the bookmark, if you want to rename it, you can come here and edit it. You can change the destination. You can look at it. And let's see, let's find one that's not a favorite, like here. And then if you want to add it to your favorites, you can click there. What's handy about favorites is when you come here, it's right at the top. So if you're got some active bookmarks that you're using over and over, definitely throw them into your favorites. That way you can just one click. Okay. Going down the list, my fleet. Now you can plot directly to, say you want to go pick up a ship. You don't want to transport it to you. You can say, okay, I want to go to where this ship is. I mean, I got most of them are in two places, either my fleet carrier, but if you just click and hold there, it'll plot a route to where that ship is. Next, user data mode. Here, this is specific to what your account knows. So this will be a little different. So based on where you've been, the systems you visited recently, this will change. You can do searches for different services, tech brokers. Um, Now, some of these won't show unless you've been there before. So you'll still need to use third-party tool like a Nara. Like say I want interstellar factors. It's only going to show me interstellar factors to systems that I've been to before. Otherwise, they'll all be grayed out. I'm trying to see if I can find any here. Interstellar factors is where you need to go if you need to pay off a bounty. Yeah, I'm not seeing any now, so I don't know if that decays over time. But I know I've been to some, and now there's nothing showing. So some of this stuff is not the best. Now this is handy. Use this a lot. Visited, not visited systems. So say you're in an area and you want to hit some of the systems you haven't been to, or maybe you want to see into systems. So you're like, all right, I only want to see the systems that I've actually been to and can look into. And as you can see, when I clicked that, it opened up this other column here. So we'll keep going down this list here real quick. So data, no data available. I'm not sure why you'd want that. And then of course commodities, which if you're doing serious trading, you'll probably be using a third-party app. But you can come in here and search for different commodities on that, and that's all in the user section. Next is power play mode. If you're doing power play, this would be something for you. We won't get into that. Just know that it's there, and you can look for the different types for power play, control systems, expansions, whatnot, depending on how you're handling that play mode. Next up is, let's see, I missed the realistic mode. If you want to see the different star types, where this really is handy for most people, including myself, is out here if you're searching for black holes. So sometimes you can see them. It's a little different with the way the colors are now, but makes it handy for spotting black holes. Or maybe you just like the look of it. This is the most common here is the Pilots Federation. Now we have these different toggles here. Hold on, let me get back to the bubble so we're not confused out there in the middle of nowhere. And if you're new to Elite, the bubble only just refers to the inhabited area of space. So let's come back here to the Pilots Federation. So we want this. We want to see only Federation star systems. So as you can see, the Federation is in this area. And you can toggle those for the faction of your choice. Map mode, civilization. This is nice. It used to have to mess with the population to make the bubbles big. Now, what this will show you is only the systems that have a population. This gives you an idea to find out where the extent of the bubble, or if you're maybe out by Pleiades, you can find the systems that actually have stations or planet bases in them. Next, you can, if you're running certain mission types, this is where this comes in, or looking for certain things. Say you're looking for an anarchy or a communist system to run missions out of so you don't get wanted. You can search that. If you're looking for certain types of systems, this comes in handy. Say you want to map Earth-likes in the bubble, you can turn these two on. Most likely you will find Earth-likes in there. This is really handy for Odyssey missions if you're looking for certain mission types, conflict zones or war or civil war. If you're looking to do base missions where you restore the power, bust, or civil unrest. So know that that's there. That's in the system state. not found a use for the security mode, but again, it's in the Pilots Federation. And this is the most often used uh, setting. This is to set your scoopable star types. Again, that's in Pilots Federation all the way at the bottom. And unfortunately, with Odyssey, if you check this, so it only goes to these systems when you plot. Every time you relaunch the game and plot, before you plot, you have to recheck this. It used to stay checked in Horizons. It no longer does. So know that once you set this and you start plotting, when you log out, before you plot the next time, you will have to come in, and no matter what you've got set here, you'll have to recheck that box. A little frustrating. So we've covered the user data mode, power play mode, and this is new to update 14. If you're into the Thargoid stuff, you can come down to this Thargoid war information, and if you click on something, and you can see the Thargoid war status. And we'll get to this over here in a minute. Population range. Let me go back to a more useful population range. If you're looking for certain populations in the bubble, you can come in here and set this. Having both of the bars down to 0, it will make all of the habited systems where there's a population go fat. Or say you are only looking for populations of a certain size. And that does take a while for this to refresh, but the more you slide the population range, you can see if you're only looking for higher populations for better gear, that's a way you can, that's where the population is. Trade routes. If you want to see trade route information, and again, let me get rid of that. It's only going to show you systems that you've been to recently. And I haven't really been traveling except between these two spots, so we don't see the commercial or the commanders. So that's there. Not really useful with third-party apps like EDDB and Inara. And then down at the bottom here we have route settings. Here you can set your economical, fastest, if you're using neutron plotting or FS boosting, and you can mess with calculating cargo. I'm not sure if anybody really does that. If you've already plotted and you've changed something here, you can hit recalculate and it will replot with the updated settings. And then at the bottom, you've got advanced search, show system connectors. If that's on by default and you hate these silly little lines, which most people do, you come turn those off here. And then there's just a lot of other stuff. Maybe there's some things you want to see and some things you don't. Here you can turn off the extra stuff, and that's again down at the bottom. All right, now let's get back to basic route plotting. So we're going to go back to the most commonly used map mode, which is Pilots Federation Star Class. Now let's say we want to go somewhere. Let's say Seoul, for instance. So up here in the center, you see this is different. This is an addition. You start typing in S-O, oops. Now, as you type, it will narrow the search. Now, you can do 2 letters and then scroll down, or you can keep typing. The further you go, the more it narrows your search. If I can get my fingers on the keyboard. So there we go. Now, at this point, you can come down and click, or you can just hit enter if you're tabbed in there. Okay, apparently you can't hit enter. You click that and that will take you there. Now, once you've selected the system here, now you see this menu pop up over here. So at the top, it's just the default. You're on the information. You can look at the power play information, market information. You can see if you've got any stored ships there, if you've got any active missions. And I don't know if I covered that, but we'll get back to missions in a minute because that's handy. Friends, and it doesn't show you, it just tells you the number of friends. It doesn't no longer tell you who's there. Again, there's the Thargoid. This is the button. If once you've selected and all you want to do is go there, you just click that button and you've been plotted. So you can still click on a system and hold to plot. You can do that, or you've got this button here. You can target focus it if you're doing a single hop or for some other reason you want to target it. You see you can toggle that here. You can add it to bookmarks. You can, if you've been to the system and can see into it, here is where you would view the system map. It'll pop up and you can go back. And then with Odyssey, this takes time to load, and until you've been in the system map, sometimes the stars will appear black when you first hop in. Don't panic, your game's not broke. And this is the thing I hate. You plot it up there, but it'll take you back here. So we'll keep going down. No trending data to buy. We don't, target focus. And this is handy. Say you want to copy this name to a friend, post it in Discord, put it in a spreadsheet. You can copy that and it copies it to your computer's clipboard. Then you can click there, hit Control V, and obviously I'm already there. So again, to plot a route, click up there. That takes you there. Now see, this doesn't close. So, and once you're there, you can plot it that way, plot it or unplot, or you can do that. So let's clear that route and run it from the cockpit. So you want to go somewhere. So let's say we want to go to Diagwandry. It's a common location for ship discounts. You just click up in the center. Now see, most of us never remember how to spell it, which is nice now because it starts auto typing. And as long as you get the letters in sequence correct, you should narrow down. So again, you have to click there, which would be nice if you could just, click and hold to plot, but that just takes you there. Now to plot, you can click and hold here, or once you've come here, you can one click it. So that's the basic overview of the changes in the galaxy map. Again, you'll just have this showing. If you come here and so you can actually stage for, you want to go to Founders World, or let's say you can also search for stations if you know the station name. So this this is a little more handy. It's kind of tedious. It's making you go from here to here to here sometimes. But as you get used to it, you just type the name of where you want to go. And then I usually click and hold. Not often do I click over there. Most often time my visits over here is to actually open up the system map and look inside to plot. If I want to plot directly to a station, maybe I don't know a station name, but I know I want to go to that system to buy something. Um, yeah. So hopefully I did that in some kind of order that showed. If you have other questions, please leave them in the comments below. I don't check on this YouTube channel daily, but I try to get back to it once in a while and check and see and respond to the comments. So hopefully that's helpful. Hopefully you can at least get into the galaxy map, find a place that you want to go. And you have to click out of that drop down sometimes and plot her out.